There we go. Sorry, I
All
didn't.
good?
Okay, all good. Hi, everybody.
All right. Lance, we'll start off with you, then we'll go from there.
All right, Ralph, with your roster pretty much set at this point, you know what group that you're going to have, on Thursday. That's for the most part. Could you just, share your thoughts on what you have up front in the forwards, the D and the goaltending, and how that group has really evolved in the last 11 days or so?
Yeah, we're pleased with the evolution of the forward group. We've had some confirmations, of course, with the lower body injury to Curtis Lazar, and now today with Kyle Okposo, and both of them being day-to-day. We do need to keep some options open, but, we are optimistic about the way the lines have evolved, especially, Eakin, Eichel, and, when you look at Stahl, those groups are clearly feeling synergy with each other. We see some offensive upside between, with all the lines, and everybody's working back hard. But I have to say that also the group we have here as a potential taxi squad already is ready to jump into opportunities if they do come up here. And, we feel comfortable that we have a real solid mix of forwards in the group, and you saw them today, and we're going to be ready to go. But we're very positive with the forward group right now.
Ralph, I guess Johansson's your practice squad goalie. Would you look at swapping him and Dustin out to get them playing time and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, that can be. I believe I've mentioned this already. That could be with anybody at any time, that we make sure that a forward, a defenseman, a goalie doesn't end up too stale by just being up here, and we end up going a week, 10 days, 2 weeks without certain players playing. So we need to monitor that every single day. And like I've told you before, being in Rochester eventually when they are playing, or being here in the taxi squad, all those players are available to us when we're at home on a same-day call-up, even for a game before 5 o'clock. Whereas when we move on the road, the group we take on the road, that's it. So if we're going for 4 games on the road, we need to decide before that trip, who do we need for the whole stretch? And then we cannot call up from Rochester in that stretch. So the taxi squad will have a different meaning to it at home than on the road. And that, I think that includes the goalies, the forwards, the defensemen. It's a new world for us, and we need to just do the best with that.
Ralph, what would your takeaway be from your pretty lengthy conversation with Dylan Cousins at the end of practice?
I mean, that's one that you see. I mean, I am trying to communicate with players nonstop now. We're moving into closer to the games. You want to make sure everybody's up to speed. But with Dylan, it's quite clear that we recognize where he's come from, the game pace he's been on, and we're monitoring him daily too. We haven't made any final decisions yet for Thursday, but just catching up with him really on the adventure that he had already with Canada in that leadership role, and now what it's like being a young guy, on the squad, in being with the guys that he's actually trying to grow up to and learn from. So he goes from being a teacher to being a pupil in a short period of time. We spoke about that a little bit, but just, nice to have Dylan here. He's in a good space. He's got a lot of confidence. He's looking good on the ice. He's game shape ready. And, we'll take our time on how we take him to the next step. For 18 months, he's done the job we've asked for, and now he's a Sabre full on for a long time to come. So it's just, it's easy to talk to Dylan, and we just had a good conversation about life and hockey.
Hey, Coach, got a 2-part question for you here. Number one, just with the shortened season, what emphasis are you putting on the players right now getting off to a good start, considering you don't have as much time to really fall behind here? And secondly, just what has stood out about Tage Thompson in training camp this year that has gotten him to that front line?
Yeah, the shortened season doesn't play a role in the importance of a good start. I don't think whether you're playing a tournament with 7 games, 56 or 82, you always want to get that energy out of the starting gate. So I think that philosophically that doesn't change. What's important is with all the distractions that we have in this new environment, or things we don't have, like the fans. It's being able to focus on what we can control, what we can influence within that framework of the game. And so that continues to be the way we're going to operate, keeping the picture small, focusing on the next tasks, dealing with setbacks if they come, when they come, in a constructive way. So that's a given. But right now the picture, I have to tell you, is just on Thursday and nothing else. And it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Tage Thompson has had a terrific training camp. Again, we couldn't quite guess where he would be after more than a year off. And he has truly come in ready to grab a higher role, and he will get that opportunity beginning on Thursday. I mean, we have a strong competition within the group, and Dylan has earned the opportunity to play with Jack and Taylor at the moment, and we'll see how that goes. But quite clearly, we're pleased, or he wouldn't be in that spot.
Ralph, is Jack Quinn an option for the taxi squad at the start of the season, since Rochester isn't playing and there isn't another real option for him at the moment?
Well, if you look at the guys skating today, you are looking at our roster and our taxi squad, and it's just a question of how the final numbers play out. So the answer is yes.
All right, we're all set, Ralph. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good day. See you tomorrow.